Hello, welcome to my video of Tomb Raider 2 glitch tutorial. Today it's going to be about Temple of Xian. Lots of ladders and a couple of things, so let's go. First, you want to just do running jumps. And instead of going straight forward here, you're going to running jump on the right tile. Or the left one, it doesn't matter if you prefer left or right. So you just jump on. I'm going to show you. Just jump on this right tile here on this slope. And if you don't trust running jumps, you can just go like this, and it's exactly the same. You will lose a couple of health, and it's normal. And yeah, that's basically normal. So whatever you do, you're gonna slide on here. And you're gonna try to be backward here. So if you're sliding forward, you're going to do a twist jump here to avoid the blade instead of doing forward one, because it's just gonna grab here to directly go there. You don't have to grab the hedge like I did, but if you don't, you're gonna lose more health. You're gonna lose, I don't remember exactly how much, I think it's 30%, and you need health in this level if you want to do it medulous, so yeah. And then you're gonna slide down here. If you're not sliding down forward, it's okay. You don't have to do anything. Don't jump, because if you jump, you're gonna lose a bunch of health here, like this. So you don't want that. And you're going to try to aim to the right here, and to do a jump twist like this, to get here, and go to this area. So, that's pretty simple. Just do a jump twist here, you grab, and you shimmy. So nothing too bad. And then you're gonna climb here. You're not gonna pick the secrets, but this place is interesting because you can skip the whole level almost. So there is a jump, which includes sidestepping like this, step forward, and aim at a point and doing the jump like this. But I won't show you this one. I will show you a easier strat when you will learn, when you'll be in advanced, like you will want to save time, small amount of time, you will be able to do that strat, and you will just look at runs because you will have experience and just learn the lineup. I'm just going to show you the safer strat that works every time, and you will be okay with this jump every time, and it's really not that slow. So you climb, trying to be here, but basically if you're here doesn't matter, if you're here doesn't matter, but you try to be almost at the right, to be close to the right wall, and you do the setup. So you sidestep to be against the wall, you roll, you sidestep left 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 5 and 6 works. So if you want to be sure, if you're not feeling comfortable about not being forward enough, you can just do that. You can just do that 6 times, sorry. And then you sidestep right, and you have 2 options. You can either hold forward and right at the same time and do a twist jump, or you can do a twist jump and use buffer. If you use a buffer, it will be 100% consistent. Like you buffer once, like this, and when you get out of the inventory, you press forward and right, and you do a side twist, a jump twist, sorry, and you will get it. So that's how it works. So up, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, side step, and if you don't do it without buffer, you want to press forward and right at the same time. It's pretty easy, but when you start, this level will be hell for you. So when you start, I advise you to use the buffer, but it's fairly easy without buffer. Some details about that setup that are important. If you're climbing, for example, like here, I'm gonna try. Give me a second. Oops, come on. If you're too much to the right when you climb, sometimes Lara won't. Here you can see that she slightly sidesteps, so it will works. But sometimes you can climb. Of course, I won't be able to replicate it. But if you're really against the wall when you climb, there might be some time where she, instead of just sidestepping, she will slightly move forward like this. For example. If that happens, you ever restart the setup being a bit more to the left here, like this. Or you still try, but adding extra sidestep left after the roll, but I don't recommend that, really, because that can mess up the setup. So really be careful about that. Another thing you want to be careful is you roll 1, 2, 3, 4, and you sidestep. But if you buffer right now, for example, it won't work. That will happen, for example. If you don't wait until the sidestep animation is completely over, the setup will fail. So you have to be careful about that too. Anyway, whatever you do, just do that and easy. And then you go to the left, you climb, and you're gonna hold jump, jump plus roll plus right. And you're gonna make it. You can release jump when you are in the air because you don't need it anymore. Up. And you can roll and go to the button, or you can release the roll button after you twist, and you'll be able to do that. It's as you want. Push the button, and you even go a safe way, which is just doing like this. Or you can do not like this, but you got the point. So you can do like this, or you can do slightly turn and do a twist here. It's a bit faster. And you want to kill the eagle here if you have the ammo. You should have the ammo if you take some extra. So if you use the really fast roads using skipping the diving area ladder ammos, you might have a couple of auto ammo, but it might not be enough. So you either decide if you shoot him with pistols or if you skip him completely. But if you pick up diving area, shouldn't have any problem picking the auto and killing them. And if you don't have enough medpack, you might take this one. So at this point of a run, what you want is to be in Dragon's Lair, which is 2 levels, with at least 3 large. And when you start, you want more like 5, because when you start, Dragon's Lair can give you some trouble. So when you start, don't hesitate when you get to Xian to look at your med count. And depending on that, you decide if you take this one or not. Or you can take it whatever you want. But at this point, you should have, if you want to be safe, 4 or 5 meds back when you start. Because you're going to pick this one, and there is a 1 in the start of Dragon's Lair. And you're not going to need a med pack for this level if everything goes right. And you're not going to need a med pack in Floating Island. So this is the med pack situation. Anyway, whatever you do, you keep going, and you want to jump here, keep going. So yeah, I'm just gonna mention quickly what you can do here. Oops. I'm not gonna pick up the med pack again because I showed you. So you can either wait until the last moment and directly jump like this here. And if you got the right angle, you can directly roll and keep going. Gonna try up. Oops, not like this. Oh my god. Anyway, if you're like this, you can just roll and keep going. Or you can just jump a bit earlier and do this. This is your choice. And then you're gonna go here and jump forward and hit the springboard. I think springboard is the right word. I hope it is. So you still may, yeah, it's the first time you see it in the run. They are not too bad. It's just if you jump forward and you don't hit and you don't hold forward, that's gonna happen. And you don't want that to happen, of course, because if you do that, it's rip run. You're gonna die. So you want to hold forward when you hit the springboard every time, and you will be fine every time. So that's how you move forward on with the springboard. Also, if you're not confident about YOLOing like this, what you can just do is, of course, you step back here and you jump forward. Whatever you do, you keep going this way. And you want to be as straight as possible here, because if you do like if you do zigzags between the springboard, you might not be close enough to the last springboard and you will just fall to your death. And when you get to the last springboard, if you don't do anything, that will happen, and that's not good. So after you hit the last springboard, you press grab once. You don't need to hold grab, because if you hold grab, you're gonna lose some time, because she might be able to grab the ledge, sorry. Like, okay, it doesn't work here because I'm too far, but if you hold grab, sometimes you grab that ledge here. But if you just press action once, it will work every time. So you want to press grab. And then you roll, and you're going to perform a jump which is not really tricky, but it's scary. You're going to perform that jump. So there is no magic way of doing it. Like, the camera angle is bullshit, as you can see. You can't really see where you're going, whatever you do, so you can't guess it's right or not. You just don't want to. You just don't want your jump to be really close, like. Oops, sorry. To be really close, like. Oh my. Okay. So like you don't want to do a jump like this. That's what I mean. You want to go on the left tile of where you're going to be sure you make the jump like this. So you're pretty sure of doing the jump like this. That's what I meant. Or if you're not confident, you can of course back step and grab. If you're really not confident. Anyway, whatever you do, just be confident. So if you move slightly forward, the camera angle will be slightly better. So we'll be able to aim wherever you want. And just run forward, not like this, but you got a point. And if you are multitasker, you can get out your guns and kill the eagle here. And if you don't feel confident doing that, at the same time, you can just do the jump and then kill the eagle. But you have to know that it's gonna annoy you if you don't do the jump quickly. Anyway, next room, just jump there and there and climb that ladder. You can glitch a flare pressing the jump and flare button, like I learned you in Catacomb. Just press jump and flare while Lara is grabbing the ladder. And you can use it here, for example, to cancel this animation. Or you can do this cool sequence, but it's not easy. Oops, I should have saved after. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna save on top of the ladder. Sorry about that. So you get your flare, you climb up, and you have a couple of ways to do the next little part. So I'm gonna show you a couple and you will choose whatever you want in practice. So there is an easy way, you just do this and this. So this is pretty slow. Or you can use a flat console when you're rolling, jump like this and climb this. This one is pretty efficient, I recommend it. So the best way to use the flare is to just use it when you're rolling. So that saves the frame only, but you can take it. Or what you can do is you can flat console here, turn, back twist like this, and you have to choice actually from here. So you can up, back twist here, and keep going like this. Slightly faster than rolling, but it's kind of precise because if you too much to the left, you will bump against the wall here. It didn't happen, but I'm gonna show you what happens if you do. If you're aiming too much to the right, that will happen. To the left, sorry, that will happen, and you will lose time. So it's not too good. And you can flat cancel the stumble when you land, which make really the sequence worth it. And you can even move slightly forward and do this jump and save a bit of time, but this is really your choice whatever you do here. And we're gonna perform then a ladder bug, another ladder bug, I know. So it doesn't matter where you land, if you land here, if you land higher or not, it doesn't matter at all, as long as you're close to the left. And as long as Lara have her two-hand animation, like she's not grabbing, she's grabbing like this, and she's not like this. If she's like this, you just tap action to time, and you will be in the right way. Anyway, you stick to the left, and what's going to happen is you're gonna drop down. You're gonna do like diving area, and every other ladder actually. You gotta go down like this, and you're gonna let go at some point. I'm gonna try to show you with tapping out. You're gonna have to let go at some point. Oops. Here. You want to let go here. When Lara is starting to be unbed to the left. So that's not really precise. As long as you don't do it too late, it's okay. As long as you see her embed and it's not very late, it will work. So that's something you have to know. Of course, if you do it early, you're gonna slide on the slope and you will die. And if you do it too late, I will show you what will happen. But whatever you do, after you let go, you will have to hold forward and left. So here it didn't work because stabbing out messed up the game, but I'm going to show you again. Back, here, forward and left, and you will glitch up. Oh, God, I always forget. So if you do it too early, that will happen. And it also happens if you do it too late. Like this. So if you have souls and you hold roll, I think, you can recover this one, if that happened. But with German, there is no way. So if you do it too early, very early, that will happen. And if you do it very early, you will just slide on the slope, of course. But basically, I'm gonna show you a couple of times in a row with some different angle, and you will see, because it's hard to describe how tight is the timing. It's actually very permissive, but you just have to see a couple of cases to know when you have to grab, I guess. So I'm gonna show you a couple. So here it will work, for example. I'm gonna try to show you if too late here, for example. No, okay, it's still okay. It's that permissive. Here it's too late, for example. So as you can see, this is permissive. Up. So it still works. And one last time. Up. So this is the best I can do because it's really hard to pause at the very right time when the limits between working and not working is. So this is the best I can do, I guess, to explain this one. And whatever you do, when you will glitch up, you will be able to do a side flip, a back twist here, and you're gonna go there, pull that lever. You have to know that if you didn't kill the birds, when you're gonna pull that lever, they're gonna enter in that room and annoy you. So this is your moment to kill them if you haven't done that yet. Or if you just want to do the next jumps with the birds annoying you, that's your problem. Whatever you do, you just gonna perform those jumps. So you have a couple of choice. You need to go to pick up that key here, and there is two ways. There is the hard way, and there is the easy way. So the easy way is just you jump here, and you jump to the key. Like this. Easy. You can YOLO it like this. Oops, not like this, but like you can just do second jump here, 1, 2, 3, and you jump. But this can be risky, so this is as you feel it. Or you can just walk until this, back step, and do the jump here, pretty safe. And there is the hard way. The hard way is you just directly jump to the platform here. So you just aim right here. I'm gonna show you roughly first. Oops, not like this. You need to curve left in the end of your jump if you're too much to the right, because Lara won't grab the ledge if you do that. Like this. So this jump is particularly tricky because, well, you need, it's not too bad. Like you just aim like this, back step, running jump, aim left and grab if I can do it. I didn't do it. I almost never done it, so that's why I'm pretty bad at it. But trying my best to show you. So like this. You want to curve left if you want to make it, to be sure. But that's actually what I do, but maybe other people don't. I don't know. And maybe that's why I'm so bad at this jump. Anyway. And it's not too bad of a camera angle if you do this way. If you stop and backstep. But it's horrible if you YOLO it like this. Oops, I'm gonna show you better. Sorry. So if you YOLO it like this, the camera angle is really particularly bad. So if you save, it's not worth doing this. So it's only, you do this jump only if you want to save time or if you are behind or something. You just do this jump only if you are behind or if you want optimization. Anyway, whatever you do, it's not gonna work. Yeah. Whatever you do, you go to the key and you're gonna perform the drop. The drop is actually more important than this. So you pick up the key and you try to face this way. If you face the other way, you're gonna do exactly the same thing, except you're gonna be here and you're gonna roll instead of stepping back. But I'm gonna show you. So we need to come back down there, and we have to slide down slopes. But if you're not careful, what's going to happen is you're gonna slide down forward, and that can happen. But don't panic. If you slide down the slope, you don't press. If you slide down the slope facing forward, you just have to press nothing. If you press nothing, that will happen, and you will be safe. You will lose some time, but it will be much. If you fail, for example, what I'm going to show you, that will happen if you're moving forward at the last slope. you need to be backward at the last slope if you fail what I'm going to show you. So this is the recovery. So for example here, so you want, if you're facing forward, you try an early jump and it will work. And if you're facing backward at the last slope, you just don't do anything and she will land. And then you come back here, do this jump, and you're good. But there is a faster way. This was just the recovery in case something bad happened. The good strat is this. I'm gonna show you first. Up. This is pretty easy, and it drains health. So if you don't have a lot of health, a lot of meds back for the rest of the game, try to avoid doing this strat and you can just drop down like I showed you first. So this is a bit like your choice between health and time. This is much faster, but it drains health. So how do you do that? So first you want to slide down this way, not the other way, because if you're sliding down the other way, up, you're gonna slide on like this, and you don't want that to happen. So you slide on backward, you hold grab to be against the pillar, against the pillar, because if you're not, you're gonna have some trouble. And then you want to hold grab to be against the wall, again. And if you're against the wall and you hold left and forward, you will be able to do that. You will be able to, I don't really know what it's called actually, so I'm not gonna say any name for it, but you'll be able to go over the slope. So just tap left a bit, grab, right, left and forward, and we'll be able to do it. It might still work if you, I'm going to try to show you, for example, like this. That won't work because I didn't grab enough. I wasn't fully against the wall when I slide down, so it didn't work. So you really have to grab here to be at the very left possible, and it will work. And then you roll and you use the key. So nothing bad. And then you have a sequence. So I'm gonna show you two ways. So first way is to be really safe, like this, and you just keep going. Or you can do a sequence, which is you hold left and backward, drawing the gun. You will be in that position. Then you back twist, count 1, 2, 3, and jump. So this is the sequence I use in runs. This is as you want. You could glitch a flare here, but it's not really useful, so whatever. And when you climb here, what I do is I have a visual point where I will need to stop climbing. I have two actually visual spots. One is just counting how many times Lara climb. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the other clue is Lara's feet have to be at the start of this square, because this is a square and the square stop here, and this is my visual point. I don't really know how to describe it, but I think it's pretty okay saying that it's at the start of this square, because the square stop here, you can see the line here where it stop. Or if you prefer to climb after this spot here, which is lined up with a slope here. So whatever you do, here is the right position. And then you just backstep, it'll be here. Then you want to perform a corner glitch. I'm not going to explain, you can do a shelf corner here, but I'm not going to explain it because it's not useful when you start, in my opinion. So, if you know how to do a shelf corner, you can do a shelf corner here, that's what I mean. So, the angle is not too bad, like, here we work, here we work, here we work. You just have to do two standing jump, generally two, and that will work automatically. There is absolutely nothing else to say. And if you're not the right angle like this, for example, you just go a bit more left and you will go inside the wall. There is absolutely nothing else to say about this corner bag. And then you go here and you can do safe strat or YOLOing directly, whatever you do. Jump here, you're gonna jump directly on the slope here. If you're not confident, you can jump here first and then just do a running jump and directly jump here, or you can do fast strat, just go here. The twist is not really useful, it's just for style. And then you're gonna climb that ladder, and here you have a choice to do. You're gonna have or not to perform a glitch. So you want to climb here, and I'm going to put a save here because I'm going to explain to you the glitch later. But first I want to show you the glitchless way, because the glitch is not hard, but it really looks impressive when you start. So if you don't want to do the glitch I'm going to show you next, just climb until this point. You will have a visual point with the blades here. Just jump again on the slope and you will be good. Well, here it wasn't maybe the right spot. Maybe one higher might be the fastest way. Gotta show you again, sorry. I don't remember the sequence because I don't do that anymore. So maybe here. So you're here, jump on the slope, jump again and grab. And then you keep climbing until you reach this thing, until Lara is almost lined up with this lamp here. And that's the signal where you will just have to jump twist from the ladder and hold action to grab the other ladder here. That's it. And you want Lara climb then, normally. If you're too much to the right, of course, you shimmy left because it's much faster doing that. And then you're gonna wait until this point, climb until this point, sorry. Shimmy right until the camera change. Here, release action and jump and grab. And from this spot here, you're gonna count 7 climbing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. To be sure this is the right spot, because sometimes she will grab a bit lower than that, so for some reason. I personally use the distance between the top of the screen and the end of a ladder here. So for example here, I don't see the ground from this corner. But if I climb once, I see it. So once I see it, I know it's good. And then I just back twist and keep back twisting until the end of the level. Or you can perform now a glitch. So this glitch needs a setup, a precise setup that I will show you. So once you're here, you can have other visual point, of course, or other way of config the ladder climb, whatever you do, but I'm going to show you how I do it. So from this spot here, so Lara's hands are lined up with the ground here, I just shimmy to the left until she counts. And then I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I count 9 climbing. So first gonna save here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a back twist. No, not a back twist. A backflip on the slope here. But that's not everything. When I will touch the slope and I will jump, I will buffer once to the left. Up. She just touched it, so you could hear it. I'm gonna buffer left here. I always still press the jump button to be sure that Lara is gonna jump. She will almost always jump, but I'm just paranoid at this point of the run generally. And you're gonna grab, and then you're gonna climb 2 or 3 times depending of where she lands. So here, for example, she grabbed low. She should have grabbed one higher. Should have grabbed here for some reason, but she didn't. And so if you grab here, you count 1, 2, 3, like this. And if she grabbed here, you count 1, 2. And you will be able to grab here. So that's not the end of a trick. This is just the setup. So I'm gonna redo it one more time. Once you are at the right spots, backflip. You hear the sound of a jump. You buffer left once, and you grab. And then 1, 2, 3 because it was low. Back twist, grab here, and you will be good for the setup. Because the glitch we're gonna do require a really precise position. That's why we are setting up that precisely. A couple of precisions. What you can do is, if you don't know or not used to pressing the inventory button at the exact same time as you hit the slope, is you can anticipate it and start buffering before you hit the slope. Like you do jump, one, and then you buffer like this, holding jump, until you hear the step sound, like this sound you just heard. If you heard it. I heard it, but there is the sound of Lara's feet touching the slope. Once you heard that, you buffer left once, and you're good to go. So this is easier way to be sure, but it's a bit slower, so this is as you want. So here you heard it clearly, I believe. And then you buffer left once and you do it. So this is another way to do it. You can also make it if you jump and buffer a bit later, not immediately after you touch the slope. It can still work, but sometimes it won't work. Because if you're doing it too late, she won't have the time to go left where you want her to. So you want to buffer almost immediately after she touches the slope. This is important to know. So whatever you do, oops, I hope she did it. I'm not sure actually. That's why I'm gonna save another spots. Once you grab here, this is important that Lara don't grab it like this. Like you want to directly do the glitch. You're gonna shimmy right, but if you shimmy right like this, you won't be able to do the glitch. The only way to do the glitch is to directly shimmy right like this. Not in the position where Lara is climbing faster. That's what I mean. So, the glitch is basically that, once you've done the setup. So the camera angle will be different, so I'm gonna reload the save, but that's the glitch you want to do in the end. Up, like this. So how do you do that? You need to shimmy right, and you need to let go of action when Lara is starting to enter into the wall. This is really precise, so that means that I can't really show you a big, like, I can't stop exactly at the point I will stop letting go of action. You just have to watch the video slowly, like in slow motion, and look at the input at the same time, because for me it would be too hard to tab out at the right time. So I'm gonna do it a couple more time, and you're gonna look at the inputs to know where I stop pressing action. And if you just stop pressing action, I'm gonna show you what will happen if you just do that. Oops, it's not the right thing. That will happen, you will slide down directly because you will glitch on a slope. What you have to do is, just when you're releasing action, you're gonna press the jump button. So shimmy right, let go of action, jump button, and you will jump here. And then you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you will finish the level the same way as I did before. So the angle of the camera angle is different, so I'm gonna show you a couple more time. Where am I? Okay. I'm gonna do it a couple more time. So the setup should be okay for you, it's just about the end. So I'm gonna save here, it's better. So the camera angle will be this one. So if you want to do it, just look at my inputs on when I let go of action. And this is the timing. I have a kind of visual point, but it's pretty hard to describe because Lara is in movements. Basically, it's off. I stop pressing action until the point Lara is starting moving relatively fast when she's shimmying, but it's pretty hard to explain, so it might be confusing when you start. I'm gonna do one last time. Oops. Up, up, up. And when you finish the level, and you're gonna be ready to do Floating Island. If you land here, for example, you can do a back twist and roll, it would work too. Anyway, whatever you do, it's the end of Temple of Xian. So there was a lot to talk about, a lot of small things, because this level can be really tricky. There's a lot of small things that you can die to, and etc. But this is almost the last hard level of a game. The next level is basically one skip, and that's it, and this will be the last glitch of the game. So anyway, if you have any question, as usual, commentary, etc. And thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time.